I'm Stephanie Kramer, and I'm going to be sharing with you all a memorable moment from my time here at Semester in the City. October 11th, 2020. It was 9:45 a.m., the specified meeting time for the Community Life event that was supposed to begin at 10 o'clock. Sitting on a park bench at the edge of the Boston Marriott Long Wharf, I looked around, taking in the scene before me. Glancing up, I could see an overcast sky. To my right were the other three students eager to go to the Boston Harbor Islands. Two sat on the bench next to me, and the other paced back and forth in front of us. As the minutes passed, this eagerness turned into anxiety. For a bit of context, I'm a community advisor, which means I was one of the students who collaborated with College for Social Innovation staff members to organize this event. This particular event required more planning and staff support because ferry tickets are expensive, being $25 each. According to our initial plan, at least one staff member was supposed to meet us at the wharf, but due to a miscommunication, it was never decided which one of them would come to meet us. When it became painfully clear that we would be receiving no staff support that morning, I started to rack my brain for a solution. I couldn't exactly ask these students to cough up $25 since the event was advertised as free to students, and I couldn't afford to cover $100 worth of tickets by myself. I asked the group for their input, but before we could come up with a solution, we missed the 10 o'clock ferry. At that point, I experienced a mix of emotions, and none of them were good. I was disappointed that the plan fell through, frustrated at the situation, anxious because I couldn't follow through with the promise of a community life event, and guilty because I felt partially responsible for the field event. Of course, none of the other students knew this because all of these thoughts and emotions were kept inside my head, and my trusty mask helped to hide my expression on my face. Looking around at the other students, it was pretty clear that they shared in my disappointment. They were all quiet, almost painfully so. But then it struck me. None of them left. None of them gave me even a hint of wanting to go home. They were all still sitting there with me, like they were still hopeful that there was a solution. So that's exactly what we worked towards. It was only 10 o'clock after all, and we were in Boston for crying out loud. There were options, we just needed to think. As a group, we began to walk around and brainstorm ideas. We walked as we talked, first wandering through Christopher Columbus Park. On one of the paths, we came upon a hopscotch board. A couple of students expressed that they had never played hopscotch before. I spotted an acorn on the ground and suggested we each play around. From there, we followed our stomachs over to the north end of Boston. We found ourselves at Mike's Pastry, home of the cannoli, and decided to buy ourselves a little treat. I got 2 cannolis. Ideas continued to be thrown around, but we ruled out museums and other attractions either because of cost, distance, or social distancing concerns. Finally, one of the other students suggested the Franklin Park Zoo. Since she had a membership, she could offer us all free admission. So, after a morning full of uncertainties, we managed to make the most of our day. It wasn't spent at the Boston Harbor Islands, but instead at Christopher Columbus Park, the North End, and eventually the Franklin Park Zoo. The trip to the Boston Harbor Islands sticks out in my mind as a memorable moment because it did not happen. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry, meaning no matter how carefully you plan, something may still go wrong. All that means is you need to pause, rethink, and keep moving forward. In the end, it is important to face challenges with the flexibility and adaptability that helps you make the most of your situation. Life is unpredictable. At one time or another, we have all faced unexpected turns of events. But I hope that you can look at your situation, no matter how frustrating. Smile, shrug your shoulders, say the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry, and keep moving forward. Accept when things do not go your way, and then try to make light of an unfortunate situation. Thank you.